fighting that we've seen from the different factions of the Labour Party. And we'll be advising them and all other political parties to conduct themselves in a way that Nigerians will be proud of them. This is about leadership of the country.
In fact, I may not even expect this type of question, but since you have asked me, I intend to go there.
Really? They say they are waiting for you.
What's disturbing is that a man who is not even a party to the suit, one Mr. Pampas, what's that? One Mr. Is that Apapa? Apapa. Something like Apapa.
And the boy who removed my cap, he will solve in his life. I saw him. No, listen.
Someone says he's 21 years in a party during a presidential election. Election just finished where your party had a lot of candidates, unprecedented. There was a turnaround, yet you're 21 years in that party. You were nowhere to be found. So you were in 21 years in that party to keep it down, 21 years in that party to destroy it, 21 years in that party to make it a bargaining chip where if people don't have issues in other parties, they can come here and they will find a safe haven. Is that all?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Plan B TV News. We are here to give you updates about the scenario that happened between Labour Party National Chairman and the obedient at the courts. According to Apapa, who claimed that his action yesterday announced a mockery of the Labour Party, he said he was there to claim his authority because he is the authorities of the party, Lamidi Apapa stated during Arise TV News. Details in the video.
You are saying that the action that took place was a mockery of maybe to our party per se. It is never a mockery. It is never a mockery. For someone to ask for his right is never a mockery. I was going to court there. Is that a mockery? Is that a mockery for us to go to a tribunal? Is that a mockery? It's not a mockery. For one to claim his right, it's not a mockery. It depends on your own interpretation. To me, it's not a mockery. And what they do to me, is that not a mockery? What Obi asked them to do to me, is that not a mockery? Was I the person that crossed the pandemonium? So if you are saying that now, you refer to those who initiated it, not me, who was obedient, who was orderly. So I don't know how you interpret anyway, but that is the way I see it. It was never a mockery because I was there to claim my authority.
Okay.
Whether authority of the party, if we talk of authority of the party, am I not the authority of the party as far as today is concerned?
Okay.
He, however, said that I did not collect a kobo from the opposition party and I challenged them to come forward with evidence. I have never written a letter to any of the tribunal in Nigeria. It is a blackmail acting chairman of the party, Lamidi Apapa, added during Arise TV News. Details in the video.
I didn't.
Okay, so answer those.
I didn't write any letter. Yeah. I only during that court process, after the sitting of the court at the FCT, I only spoke that now that I'm in charge of the party now, as the acting chairman of the party, I am entitled to be briefed of all the goings in the party. I don't think that is true. I didn't write any letter. I only said, well, now that
how did you say it? Did you write it in a letter? Hang on a minute. Did you write it in a letter form, or you said it with mouth?
I didn't write anything at all. So with mouth, I didn't write anything.
So but they said you wrote a letter. So is it that you just said it with your mouth as a pronouncement?
It's not to tell them to show it to you, sir. Tell them to show you that letter.
Okay.
Tell them to confront me and to show you a copy of that letter. I am prepared to come back again. Tell them to show you a copy of that. It's not true. Absolutely untrue. Okay. And for me to collect I didn't collect kobo from anybody. And I've challenged them all the time. If you have an evidence to prove, please show it to the whole world that I collected money from my opposition party. I did not, and I will never.
However, in the same interview, he said, I intended to return to the court tomorrow. I am doing nothing contrary to the law of the land by asserting my authority as the acting chairman of the party, Aburi, who failed to honor court orders, keep appearing at the tribunal with Peter Obi, who is trying to claim his mandate from the tribunal through the rule of law. This is unfortunate, Acting Chairman of the Labour Party, Lamidi, added during Arise TV factional clash at the election petition in the court interview. Details.
In fact, I may not even expect this type of question, but since you have asked me, I intend to go there.
Really? They say they are waiting for you.
I intend to go there tomorrow.
Okay.
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 Now, let me tell you this clearly. Let me tell you this clearly. If one is in control, or if one has authority to do something, irrespective of whether there is politics somewhere, in your own view, as a journalist, am I doing something that is contrary to the law of the party? Am I doing something contrary to the law of the land by asserting my authority as acting chairman of the party? What type of system are we running? Now, I'm telling you this now. If Aburi, who failed to honor court orders, is appearing at the tribunal with Peter Obi, who is trying to claim his mandate from the tribunal through the rule of law, is that how to rule a country? I'm surprised. Let's go ahead and see what will happen. If you want to claim a mandate through the court of law and you disobey court of law and you call yourself a good Nigerian.
Well, responding to Apapa, Hakim Osutunku said that the Apapa-led factions of the Labour Party came to subvert the judicial process. They are the tools and agent provocateurs hired to give the impressions of disunities in the Labour Party and derail the court proceeding. But that is a non-starter that has no consequences on the party. Hakim Osutunku, DG, the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, stated during Labour Party leadership crisis deep on Arise TV News interview. Details.
They have nuisance value. It's nothing factional or anything. Look, they have no consequence, to the progress of the party. They only hit a jackpot, that somebody finds them useful for nuisance value. Somebody who wants to give the impression of fomenting crisis in Labour Party to make the party look controversial, and something like that. They are serving that purpose. So it pays them to do so. I mean, you ask them, where do they get the money that they used to be flying around, and so on and so forth. They must be coming from somewhere. They don't look to me as somebody who can afford a flight ticket from Lagos.
Yeah, but you have to admit that it seems almost perverse that this took place inside a courtroom where you, as a party, are trying to convince the judges to give the reins of power in this country to you and to convince the Nigerian people that you are the ones who will take them in a new, more hopeful, more responsible direction. I mean, but today's development gives a totally...
They came to subvert.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it also affects your image. I mean, it gives a totally different insight, suggesting that the people in the Labour Party are just as irresponsible as all the other politicians that you criticize.
Listen. It's newsworthy what they are doing, but actually it's irrelevant. Look, credit us with what we have achieved, right? What they are doing is trivial. Is some naughty people like kids, stealing. Look at what the party achieved. Even with the compromise NEC results in the election, that's what you should measure up with, not with these people. People, they are just being useful to somebody who wants to, they are agent provocators.
Right.
And then they'll give the impression, precisely the impression you are giving.
Well,
it's a non-starter. They have no consequence. Look, after the conclusion of the court case, they will fizzle out. The person who is using them will find no use for them again. So, that is the reality of... call them and ask each and any of what is the contribution they've made towards the progress of the party. Did they support any of the candidates, from the presidential candidate down the ballot, anywhere? I don't know him. But he was so he keeps saying around that they know me, they know me, they know me. Why should you be obsessed with people knowing?
However, Kenneth Okonkwo, who also reacted to the whole issue, said this at the front of the court that Mr. Apapa, who ought to be a grandfather, is unfortunately behaving this way to distort the legacies of the party in the court. Fully believed that he was hired by the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Details in the video.
Judge simply said last time is that he has jurisdiction to hear the matter, nothing else. And some clowns are trying to claim an order which a court has not given. And like I said, the most disturbing is that a man who is not even a party to the suit, one Mr. Pampas, what's that? One Mr. Is that Apapa? Apapa. Something like Apapa.
Old chief priest.
Okay, whatever it is. Lamidi Apapa. Good. As you can see, even his name is controversial.
Yeah.
I don't even understand the one to take. So, an old man that is 78 years, that the grandchildren should be looking up, preaching to him to make sense with God, is coming to court to claim what he is not. Now, let me tell you again about the Constitution of Labour Party. And I have it. You cannot remove the national chairman of Labour Party except you have 2/3 of the National Convention.
Yes. Sorry, that's the position of the law.
And again, no court has the right to determine the leadership of any political party. Yes. It is settled by the Supreme Court. What the judge simply said last time is that he has jurisdiction to hear the matter, nothing else. And some clowns are trying to claim an order which a court has not given. And like I said, the most disturbing is that a man who is not even a party to the suit.
Confirming what Kenneth Okonkwo said, I want you guys to also listen to what one of the Tinubu spokespersons said in the court today against Apapa and the Labour Party. This is a clear confirmation that Apapa was really hired because what he came to do was really fulfilled, that he came to distort the election process.
We're here for the right things to be done. The case has pretty much started, but unfortunately there was a lot of rancor. There was a lot of fight at the end of middle and through to the end of the courtroom. I believe the courtroom at the back has been locked now because of the fighting that we've seen from the different factions of the Labour Party. And we'll be advising them and all other political parties to conduct themselves in a way that Nigerians will be proud of them. This is about leadership of the country. How you display yourself here shows how you intended to lead Nigerians. And this has not been a very good example displayed by the Labour Party. We honestly believe that the APC won this fair and square. And we're here to defend our mandate and the mandate of His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. And we know that Nigerians will be better for it. May 29th is sacrosanct. May 29th must not shift. Our democracy must continue. And on that must, we must all witness the swearing in of the president-elect and the vice president-elect so that whatever happens in the court can continue and due process can be served. Honestly, that's losers talk. To be honest, we're not behind anybody's party. We are behind the APC 110%. They couldn't get their act together. I think it's a fight between the people of the Labour Party and the Obedients. The Obedients are really fighting them and trying to, I guess, separate themselves from the faction of the Labour Party. But they should look at the APC, how we are conducting ourselves, how we do crisis resolution. Nobody has had more crisis than the APC, but nobody has had better crisis resolution than the APC. And we believe that Labour Party has a thing or two to learn from us. And look at the leaders that we have, the leaders that we've presented to Nigeria, what they've done in both Lagos State and Borno State. And you would know that, yes, this is the right team to take Nigeria to the era that we're looking for, especially for young people. I'm a young person in the APC, and I truly believe that the time has come for young people to take over leadership positions, strong leadership roles, key leadership roles, and His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu would be empowering a lot of young Nigerians to fulfill their dreams and to build a better Nigeria.
If really Mr. Apapa Lamidi is working with the Labour Party and ensuring that the mandate of the Peter Obi is claimed, I see no reason why he will say all this, that Peter Obi that is there to defend his mandate in the court is also the one that sent Tug after him. Well, I really don't have much to say. For some of you who did not have clue of what we are talking about, I want you guys to watch the rest part of the video so that you understand the reason why we are reporting this video. We posted it before, so let's also add it again in this particular video so that you have more understanding the reason Mr. Apapa is behaving this way and why we are reporting this news.
Not true at all. What's in there in the other cap? My cap is here, you can see it. It's not burned. And the boy who removed my cap, he will solve in his life. I saw him. No, listen. I saw him. He's a young chap. He will never grow. He deserves it. You know why I deserve it? You know why? Listen. I didn't use cutlass on him. Did he not deserve it? He deserves to be cursed.
As long as Labour Party is concerned, it is not the court that will decide the Labour Party leadership. The Supreme Court have said it, Appeal Court have said it, that the leadership of political parties is not subject to discussion by any court. It's not what the court will decide. It's a family business. And Akimbade that is here shouting, making noise, is more corrupt than any other person in the Labour Party. Since I joined this Labour Party in 2017, after the passage of Not Too Young to Run Bill, I ran an election in 2019. And I've taken time, I'm the youngest among them, Uncle Abati. And I can tell you that I've understudied most of them. Akimbade that is pointing finger at Abure is a more terrible human being. Let him take me up to that. I am willing to challenge him to any point.
Just as you are watching in this particular video, in the court, he was spotted arguing and dragging over seats reserved by members of the party. Source told Plan B TV team that he was confronting the Director General of Peter Obi Presidential Campaign Council, Akin Osotunku, and others at the Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja.
Which of them is your role? I am talking to not you. Talking to who? You don't have any right to talk to anybody. Talk to me. What did you say? Who am I? Then you, who are you?
I like that. Yes, ma'am. You have your fight.
I am representing the
However, Apapa Lamidi have been the one disrupting the unity of the Labour Party. He was among the first to ask Peter Obi to drop his petitions against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Army drama between the two factions of the Labour Party as to which group should be in court took place at hearing of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal sitting as the door to the courtroom were open for lawyers and others to access.
And his co-travelers are here this morning, but they wanted to take over our seats, they wanted to take over, and he said no.
Not quite long after the issues erupt in the court, factional leaders of the Labour Party Lamidi Apapa was spotted booed and mung at the Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja. This happened after he and members of his faction party fought over seats where Labour Party members were to sit for the court process. Lamidi Apapa was chased by policemen and struggled to get to where his car was parked. Lamidi Apapa was chased by policemen and struggled to get to where his car was parked. While the obedient keep on chanting, "Holy, holy, thief, thief," and they keep on booing him while the police shade him away.
Let them go. Let them go, Joe. Let them go. Why they even shouting?
He also attempted to speak to journalists, but the continuous chant against him disrupts his speech.
Let him down. Let him down. Let's go outside. He's not talking to your party. He's not talking to you. You don't know him. He's not anybody. You don't know him. You don't know him for anywhere. You cannot give him a This is not what we are. We are trying to get a new don't push our mind. You are pushing our mind. Who are you? You are upsetting us. What's the problem? You are upsetting us. Who are you? They should go and settle the matters outside. They should go and settle the matters outside now. They are upsetting us here. What's the problem? Who are settling the outside? Who are settling the outside now?
If you have to tell someone that you are 21 years in a party, that means you've really not given enough. Because if you have given enough, you will not need to tell anybody that you spent so long in a party. They would even assume that you spent more. I'm not a member of Labour Party. But a lot of people don't even believe I'm not a member of Labour Party. I keep having to tell people, no, I'm not a member of Labour Party. Because why? I put in the work. I did what was needed to be done. Someone says he's 21 years in a party during a presidential election. Election just finished where your party had a lot of candidates, you know, unprecedented. There was a turnaround, yet you're 21 years in that party. You were nowhere to be found. So you were in 21 years in that party to keep it down, 21 years in that party to destroy it, 21 years in that party to make it a bargaining chip where if people don't have issues in other parties, they can come here and they will find a safe haven. Is that all? You know, this reminds me of what I always say to people. When I say to people, I don't like positions, I don't like appointments, I don't like it. I just like doing the work. I want to do the work without the title. People don't understand. There are people who have the titles, but they never do the work. And that's one of the things we will see with this Lamidi Apapa issue. He's now struggling to tell us that he has spent 21 years in a party. The other people who just came here, whatever. But anyway, for me in life, everything is all about lessons. And the lessons from this is that people who have the capacity to join partisan politics should please do it now. Enter that Labour Party and take over the Labour Party. It doesn't, in a democracy, it doesn't matter how long you've been there. It doesn't. It's just like when somebody is 18 and you are 70, you have the same votes. The same way you can vote is the same way that other person can vote. In a party, that's also the same thing. So let people get into that party and let competence, character, capacity be what is in the leadership of that party and run for those offices. Run to be party chairman, run to be ward chairman, run to be state chairman, run to be national chairman, publicity secretary, national secretary, whatever names it is. Go in there and run for those offices and let's have a party. And for those, and I think I'm going to do a separate video exactly for that. For those who are saying, oh, we want you, we want Peter Obi about Labour Party, let me tell you something. Whatever party you are in, it will be the same thing. What Lamidi Apapa is what Modi Sharif did to APC. Is that not 2019 or something? Sorry, did to PDP. What Modi Sharif did to PDP. So there's no DC. Even if you enter any party, because of that issue of integrity, we've had our political parties be people who don't have character, the ones in charge. Anyway, let me even make that a standalone video on its own to really explain this. But 21 years it is. But one of the things also is that there's nobody should be harmed, nobody should be attacked or whatever. People, of course, should stand their ground. He wanted to sit there, they didn't allow him to sit there, fine. Nobody has any right to touch anybody or assault anybody or do anything. But you just to say you are not sitting here because you're not recognized as the person who is representing Labour Party. Thank you, everyone. We have work with. Remember, giving up is not an option, and this mandate, it must be returned.
Well, on the other hand, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has revealed that he confronted the All Progressive Congress, APC, asking the ruling party why they did not fade the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, as the presidential candidate for the 2023 election. According to the Labour Party flag bearer, he confronted the party stating that such a candidate is what the APC should put forward if indeed they have the national interest at heart. Obi stated this on Tuesday when he stopped by at Dele Momodu London home to celebrate the Ovation magazine publisher 63rd birthday. In West, Peter Obi said, "I'm interested to see Nigeria work. I don't hide it. Anytime, any day." I even confronted APC and asked why they didn't bring Osinbajo to contest as president. Let's have the place working for everybody so that we have people who want to work for the country with good heads and good record, Obi disclosed. He further told those present that the person the APC has brought out, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, might have been a great candidate 20 years ago, adding, however, that the country at this hour needs someone who can work round the clock. Details in the video.
I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I don't like it. Any day, anytime. I even confronted APC. If you want it, why did you bring those back up? Let's have the place working for everybody. So that we have people who want to work for the country and are healthy and good. The person we brought out today is not as if we cannot do it 20 years ago maybe, not today. Because the country needs somewhere like in 24 hours working. You know, the country is difficult. He knows my side. He knows my side.
It will be about 64 next election.
Alright guys, this is what I'm going to be heading the video today. Do you enjoy this particular video? If you do, please do not skip without you commenting your thoughts in the comment sections and give these videos a thumbs up. This is the only way you can support the growth of this channel. For all our returning subscribers who year to year or time to time always come to support the growth of our content, thank you very much. May God continue to bless you. We thank you very much for all your big support that you have given to this platform for making Plan B TV to work out. Thank you. Until we meet again, do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first person to be notified anytime we upload a new content. If you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe and be among the Plan B TV team. Thank you very much. Until we meet again. Peace out.
Don't forget to subscribe to get notified. And as you share your support, now say God bless you too.
Sense on the bed.
Lamidi TV, Lamidi TV, Lamidi TV. Oh, Lamidi TV, Lamidi TV, Lamidi TV, Lamidi TV.